after two third round cup ties in the last episode. Today, it's back to league duties as we compete against two sides not doing too badly in this campaign. Can we still progress up the table? Let's go and find out. Hello and welcome to episode 60 of To Be a Legend. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games from League One. We're playing Charlton and we are playing Shrewsbury, both games at home, and we've been on a little run of away games to be honest. More about that in a moment, but before we progress this episode any further, we have had the Papa John's Trophy quarter-final draw. I'm going to hand you to past Mark for that draw right now. And as Mark has told you, this is the draw for the quarter-finals of the Papa John's Trophy. Ipswich Town, the current holders of this trophy. And in the draw today, we have the Arsenal under-21s, Bristol Rovers from League One, Ipswich Town from League One, Salford from League One, Bristol City from League One, Liverpool under-21s, and Wigan also from League One, and of course ourselves. So it's all League One left in it, apart from the two under-21 sides. And the draw, we will get underway right away. Let's have a look and see what or who we get in this draw. Ipswich Town holders, they're out first. They are at home to Arsenal under-21s. Buxton, we're at home then at Edgeley Park to Bristol City. I could have put money on that. So we will be playing the side I support in real life, I have to say. I'm sure I've said this before. Wigan will play Liverpool under-21s, just down the road from them, of course. And Salford will play Bristol Rovers. Completes the draw then. We'll be playing Bristol City in the quarter-final of the Papa John's Trophy. And I'll hand you back to future Mark just to have a look and see how that affects the schedule. And thank you to past Mark. Yes, we're playing Bristol City in the quarter-final of the Papa John's Trophy, and we'll be playing it on Wednesday the 28th of January. So coming up in the next episode, because today, as I say, we've got Charlton and Shrewsbury in today's episode. But just to recap on what's happened since you were last with us, we played Rotherham and beat them 1-0. It was a very tight affair. They had 3 shots, just 1 on target. We had 9 shots, 3 on target. I say it's tight affair. Didn't really seem to be breaking them down particularly well. Managed to get the goal, Tyrese Omatoy, after 22 minutes in that game. A splendid game by Andrew Thomas in goal. And we managed to work our way through and pick up a further 3 points there. And then Derby County, who caused all sorts of problems this season. Only managed to beat them on extra time in the FA Cup second round. Drew 1-1 with them in League One earlier in the season. Drew 0-0 at their place in the FA Cup second round, which took us to that replay that we won on extra time. And then we've drawn 2-2 with them in this particular match up at Pride Park. So we haven't lost to them, but we've not beaten them either. Beaten them once. So this is how the match went. Alex Patterson, who was playing as the attacking playmaker and did a very good fist of it, if I may say so. He gave us the lead after 26 minutes. Equaliser from Bangra on 41 made it 1-1 at half-time. One other problem we had, almost on the stroke of half-time, we had Joe Tomlinson sent off for a second yellow card, which was rather annoying. So he'd made one assist, one clear-cut chance, and one key pass as well. So he was having a good game up until that point. Got sent off, took us down to 10 men, and the inevitable happened. Rogan getting making it 2-1 for Derby after 57 minutes. And we had to do a bit of a shuffle round and a bit of a change round. Tyrese Omotoy coming on up front. And having come on up front, he managed to score another goal 7 minutes after Rogan to make it 2-2. And then we just managed to basically hold out for a win, a draw rather. And as I say, Alex Patterson doing a very good job in that attacking playmaker role. One assist, two clear-cut chances, two key passes. Had a good game. He will be in that position again, I think, maybe in our first game today. But a 2-2 draw. And where does that leave us in the table? Well, we are up to 8th. I'm not quite sure where we were at the end of the last episode, but we're in 8th place. We have 2 games in hand over a lot of these sides. Charlton, who we play today, we've only got 1 game in hand, but we'll still have that 1 game in hand despite whatever happens today. So if we were to win today, we move within 1 point of them and have a game in hand. So the most we could get at the moment over most of these sides would be 52, which would take us up to around about 6th place. So we are bottoming out how far we can climb. But for now, we are okay. We are 21 points clear of the drop zone now. So I think all fears of relegation should be on the back burner. What we've really got to be looking to do is to keep competing and getting ourselves into this playoff position and consolidate that and start to open a gap between us and the teams just outside it. That is what the target is for now, I think. So without any more to do, let's get on with the game against Charlton. I think it is the first time we've played them. It is. We've not played them before. Charlton, of course, a side that we managed in a previous series here on Football Manager. And we had quite a good time with it. I think we took them up into the Premier League, if my memory serves me right. I'm sure you'll be able to comment below if you know. Anyway, let's get on with the episode. Let's get on with the game. First game up then, Charlton Athletic at home. Let's go and see if we can beat 6th place Charlton and push ourselves up that table just a little bit more. And this is the team that will face Charlton in this one. It's Thomas in goal, Scanlon, Sass Davis, Smith and MacDonald complete the defensive line. Mundle and Griffiths playing in central midfield. Pedder played in the last game alongside Mundle, but didn't have a very good game, to be fair. So he's dropped out of the matchday squad today. Walker's back from his injury. He's played a couple of games now, easing him back in, and he's probably not up to, or hasn't been up to full fitness. Hopefully he will fire on all cylinders. We have played him up front and he's not really got running yet. So hopefully we'll see something from him today. As mentioned in the previous game, Patterson had a good game in that attacking playmaker role. I'm looking for him to make that his own. Who knows? Maybe he can. Smith is playing out on the right. He did get a knock in the last game, had to come off, but he seems to be okay. No lasting damage there. Omotoy leads the attack up front. Molden is back on the bench as our substitute goalkeeper because Killip has actually gone out on loan, reduced the wage budget a little bit as well. We are really devoid of a decent second goalkeeper now and not been able to do any luck. I should have mentioned about the transfers so far, but there isn't really a lot to tell you because they want too much money to come in. Even loans, they want too much more than our wage budget will go, and we haven't had any major sort of excursions, anybody leaving the club, so we're not in a position to do a great deal. I tried to bring in some freebies, but again, they want lots of money as well, so nothing doing, but goalkeeper would be quite good. We do have a bid in for one lone player in that attacking playmaker role, but really at the moment I'm not too sure. If Patterson can make it his own, I'm not too sure we're really bothered with him. Goalkeeper would be good. Linton Gamble, Clark, Duddysack, Moss and Burns make up the rest of the bench. And this is how the two sides face up. We're playing our 4-2-3-1 formation. And Charlton Athletic playing very similar to... they're playing the flat back three with the wing backs, defensive midfielders. And Charlton's 6th in the table on 48 points. 50 points, I think it is. And our first highlight, nearly 40 minutes in, and I've had the better of the first half, but nothing really doing at the moment. Over the top of Omotoy. Omotoy could only do is to get his head on that, and that was poor. More to this highlight than first appears, I think. And that's headed on, and Paspalas is there, but Smith steps in. He's got Johnny Smith in front of him. Johnny Smith, come on, wake up. Goodness me. Sleeping, and he's under pressure now, and he's lost the ball. And Charlton come forward again. Long ball this time. Scanlon down and passed it for Walker, and it didn't make it. It was a poor. He didn't really look, did he? That's over the top to Canu. Canu scored. It's offside though. Thankfully, he was offside, as we will see. Yeah, look, here he is as the ball comes over. Well offside. 44 minutes on the clock. It's Scanlon to Walker. Mundell looking for a way out. It's been the story of this first half, I think. Scanlon fires one over the top looking for Omotoy, but it's cut out by the defender. And... I'm not sure who that was. Mundell, I presume. Yeah, it was trying to get in there, but the ball didn't threadle through. And Charlton dangerous on the counter-attack. Need to thwart them a little bit in midfield there. The midfield's not playing particularly well on these balls today. That ball cut out by Walker. Scanlon, Walker. Walker now looking for a way through. Walker fires one forward. Looks for Scanlon. He's found him. Scanlon's tackled though. And last-ditch... defending very well. Good. Oh, that nearly went to Johnny Smith. That was a poor ball out by the goalkeeper. McDonald, Smith, Pattison, and see how dangerous he can be. Half-time arrives pretty much straight away there. And it's 8 shots, 2 on target. That's where we've missed out, not hitting the target. 1 on the XG. They've had 3 shots, 2 on target. Look at that. 0.12. And they've had 52% of the possession. We need to up the possession in the second half. And get more on target, basically. We're shooting, all right. It's the target. Hitting the target is what we need to do to get ourselves that goal. And we have a highlight from kickoff in the second half. And Omotoy kicking off over the top to Omotoy. Can Omotoy put this away? Oh, he's missed the target again. He's been like that of late. Omotoy nowhere near as prolific as last season. McDonald fires that one forward, but Elrue is there, and it was a poor ball, really, from a free kick. Wasted ball. Griffiths cuts that one out, though, and he's over the top looking for Johnny Smith. Johnny Smith crosses it for Mundell. Mundell to Pattison. Pattison! Oh, he's hit the post. How unlucky. And with 59 minutes on the clock, going to make one change. Sam Burns comes on for Tyrese Omotoy, who's not having a good day. We've put Walker up front. Burns comes on the left side of attacking midfield. Prefers to be an inverted winger, which is what we'll put him. Smith can go as an inverted winger, Inverted winger on that right side. And let's see what we can do. And with 76 minutes on the clock, we've made the rest of our changes. And we've taken off a lot of players with green on, I've just noticed. But they're also tiring. Andy Smith comes off for Patrick Gamble. Kyle McDonald comes off for James Clark. And we've taken a Romain Mundell off and brought on Harrison Duddysack. And what have we done? With something else we've done as well. Johnny Smith. Sorry, yes, Johnny Smith also come off. And we've replaced him with Josiah Linton, who's gone out on the left side of midfield, moving Burns out onto the right. We'll have a look and make sure if that's his best position. It's not. His best position is as a winger. Oh, can I set that up? Yeah, I can. And Burns is best. It doesn't matter on that side. He's a winger as well. Let's go for wingers. Let's see what happens. Right, that is how we're set up for the run into the end of the game. I suppose at worst, a 0-0 would be better than nothing. Austin with a goal kick. Long ball forward. Walker heads it down to Duddyzak. Duddyzak tries to find Burns, but it was a wayward pass, and Charlton come forward again, and it's headed down into the path of Stockley. Oh, Fraser's in. What's happened? Oh, Thomas falls onto the ball, and it's thwarted. Clark with a free kick. Oh, it's come back off the woodwork. It's all over. It is 0-0. But disappointing. We only added one more shot to the target after that second half. But, I mean, we had lots of shots. We pounded them. 24 shots, but we only hit the target 3 times. And that's poor. Very poor. It should have been at least double figures, the on target. 2.31. We're not going to win games like that. 49% of the possession. Charlton had 5 shots, 2 on targets. They didn't hit the target anymore in that second half. 0.60 and 51% of the possession. It was a hard-fought point, I would say, and something really, being at home, we should have picked up all 3 points, and very disappointing that, albeit a number of players playing extremely well again today. And so we remain in 8th place on 47 points. And disappointing as it is, it's one of our games in hand. And having done that, the best we could do is move up into Bolton space if we were to win our next game in hand. Yeah. So having used that game in hand up, it's a little bit disappointing. But I suppose the other way to look at it is we are well clear of that relegation zone. We just need to keep plodding on, turn these draws into wins, and we could push ourselves up into the playoff places. I think we would have hoped for that earlier in the season when we were struggling down near the bottom. I think we have to be grateful for what we've got so far. The 2 Bristol teams at the top look doing very well. Bristol Rovers, I noticed, beating Ipswich Town again near the top there. So a good win for them. And, well, let's move on because we need to get a win in the next game. So here we are, confirmation of that table going into this one, and our form has gone a little bit adrift, as we can see. We have won 2 of our last 5, lost 1 and drawn the last 2. Today we're playing Shrewsbury. You've only won 1 game in 5 and are down in 21st place with 25 points. Top of that relegation zone. They'll be looking to try and get out of there. But we want to try and thwart them today. Gain 3 points to get ourselves back on to some sort of momentum if we can. And that is our target today. Shrewsbury then it is. 21st place. We have played them once before. We played them and beat them 3-1 in the reverse game back in October. On that occasion, Lewis Walker and Tyrese Omotoy getting 2 goals for us. Tom Baylison scoring an own goal after 72. We were 1-1 at half-time. Adam May seeing to that, but Tyrese Omotoy, as I say, getting us in front in that game. We could potentially, hopefully, do same or if not better this time round. We do have a bit of news, and it is transfer news for you because we have brought in our first signing of the transfer window, possibly our only signing. He is Rico Richards. He is a attacking midfielder. He prefers that place. Can play on the right if we need him to. Not quite sure. In fact, this is the better one. There we go. He's the 3rd best as that attacking playmaker. He's about the 5th best out on the right. Can play in central midfield as well, so he can bob about a little bit, but that's the position we're going to try him out in today as we look at the side that will face Shrewsbury for this one. And here is the team that will face Shrewsbury. I didn't tell you that Rico Richards come from West Brom on loan. And he's been there through their academy as well. So a bit more focus on him in a moment. Thomas in goal then. It's Tomlinson back from suspension. Sass, Davis and Williams in central defence. Viner, who's looking to leave us. He's out of contract in the summer. Won't renegotiate. Not that we want to negotiate at the moment. And he's playing as the right wing back today. Mundell and Pedder reacquaint themselves together in midfield. Burns is playing out on the left. Rico Richards, as previously mentioned, there you go. Previously at West Brom, he's played a couple of a few championship games there. He is 22, currently 2.5 star, potential to be a 4-star player. So we'll watch his career with good interest. Omatoy playing out on the right today. Walker leads the attack. Molden, Scanlon, Gamble, McDonald, Griffiths, Smith and Moss make up the rest of the bench. And this is how the two teams match up, playing our 4-2-3-1. And for the umpteenth time lately, I think the other sides have cottoned on by playing this flat back three with the two wing backs and two defensive midfielders. Seems to thwart us somewhat, and it has worked in the last couple of games. Let's hope it doesn't today. And our first highlight coming 13 minutes in, and it's a highlight for Shrewsbury. They're playing in a very dark kit and moving the ball around nicely. That ball forward. Pedder finds Omatoy. Omatoy out on that wing, crosses it in, but it's not got through to its intended target, which was Lewis Walker. And Shrewsbury come away with it. And referee almost getting in the way there. Paddington. Dunkley. And lots of room. Oh! Who was that trying to track back and cut it out? I can't see right now. It was Pedder. Ball going out wide. And it's gone cut out by Tomlinson, though, thankfully. As we come forward again. Tomlinson with the ball. He needs a bit of support here. He's gone all the way. He's looking for... And it's headed in. Lewis Walker back on the score sheet. 15th goal of the season. And I'm not sure who it was got the ball in there in the end. We will find out in just a moment. Tomlinson, lovely run. Really came out of defence. And it was Richards. It was new boy Richards. He tried to cross that ball in, but he took a deflection and actually helped Walker out in the end. And a long ball out to the wing there. Williams out on the wing. Almost like he stopped them for some reason or other. Pedder in close proximity to the striker. That long ball. And Udar's getting on the end of it. It's come back off the woodwork and not cleared with any efficiency. It's crossed in, but Thomas stops the cross. Viner out here playing a... and that's why he's in poor form, is Zach Viner. Deary me. And that ball, Collymore. Don't look like 21st place. And O'Dyer, he's caused us a few problems today. And that ball again. And Viner wins that one. Omatoy, need a second goal. Will just give us a little bit of confidence. Omatoy playing quite well out there today. Pedder finds Viner. Viner crosses it. Walker! And his 16th goal of the season. A nice brace for him today. Back from injury. And he's on form. And Omatoy and Viner doing well this time. Viner picks the ball up. Crosses it in. And it was Burns that thingied it down for Walker. And away it goes. And half-time comes, and we've done better in that first half. Nearly 50%. That's more like it. 11 shots, 5 on target, 1.63 on the XG, 52% of the possession. Shrewsbury have had 3 shots, 1 on target, 0.51 XG, 48% of the possession. We're going okay. We need to go a little bit better in the second half. And the other question is, can Lewis Walker get a hat-trick? First highlight of the second half, Tomlinson with a corner, swings it in. Sass Davis can't get there. It's headed down though. Omotoy in space, pulls it back for Tomlinson. Tomlinson to Pedder. Pedder thrashes it in, but it's defended well. Mundle though has control of it, or didn't have control of it. Choice of words there. Just as I said, he's got control of it, lost it. And Mundle is going to get sent off here. Mundle stepped in. Or is he just going to... No, he's going to get sent off. Just as we were doing so well. And what we're going to do is Rico Richards, who's doing so well in that attacking playmaker role, we've set him up as a Mazzala. And what we might do is set him up as a Mazzala on attack. No, is that a good idea? No, I think it's probably... We'll set him up as an advanced playmaker on support because we don't want to give anything away here and be really looking for that. So our second sending off in not too distant, Romain Mundle, disappointing, stepped in there and clattered. He's got a 6.3 for that. Yeah, not good. So we're back to 10 men. And with 66 minutes on the clock, we have made a change. Only one at this point in time. Rico Richards obviously not have had a lot of game time. He's tiring out fairly quickly, but had a good game, a good opening, a good debut. And we've brought Regan Griffiths on for Rico Richards. And with 76 minutes on the clock, that 10 men has really sort of stuffed us. We haven't had any chances in this second half. And we've made a number of changes to try and do something. Joe Tomlinson's come off for Callum Scanlon. All these changes because of players getting tired. Billy Sass Davis, he's off for Patrick Gamble. We've brought off Tyrese Omotoy. He's also tired. We have brought on Johnny Smith on the right wing. For him, we've got one change we can still make. And we have a highlight. Williams, Griffiths, Burns. Burns comes forward, finds Griffiths. Scanlon, who's come on, of course, for Tomlinson on that left side. Scanlon crosses it deep. Walker looking for his hat-trick, just gone over the top. Quigley with a throw-in on that far side. And Pedder in close proximity to them. And we've got to be careful. Williams, and they come forward here, but well blocked, and Thomas will get that. Who was that block, that shot? It was Williams. Harvey Williams doing a good job. And it's all over, despite Romain Mundle being sent off just 8 minutes into that second half, which caused us a few problems, and we weren't so prolific in that second half. No more shots on target. And in fact only had one shot all game, which I think you saw. Yeah, that is how it's finished. 12 shots, 5 on target, 1.69, 51% of the possession. They had 8 shots, 4 on target, 0.85, 49% of the possession. I don't care. It's 2 goals, it's 3 points, and a good debut for Rico. What was his name? I've forgotten. Rico, can't even see him now. Rico Richards, yeah, he's had a good debut. And a number of good. Lewis Walker also getting 2 goals, which is also good news for that as well. Let's go and have a look and see how that affects the table. And we remain in 8th place. Finish the episode in 8th. 29 games played, 50 points from those 29 games. I think we've got to be more than happy with that. 22 points clear of the drop zone now. And I think we're okay. We still have a game in hand over most of the other teams in this division. The game in hand must be with Crawley Town. So if we can win that, we would have 53 points. Depending on how many goals, we're going to be around about, if we were to have those 3 points, we would be up here just below Ipswich Town on goal difference, really. So we would be just inside the playoff zone, which, as I say, earlier in the season, I'd have given my right arm for. Well, not too bad an episode. A draw and a win. So 4 points from a possible 6. Could have been better, I guess. But we come back for the next episode. It's going to be Bristol City in the Papa John's Trophy quarter-final. Can we get through the semi-final? Wow, that would be a thing. And then we've got a game against Morecambe. Morecambe currently in 14th place in League One. Last time we played them, I think we lost to them, 2-1 at our place, which is a bit disconcerting. Away this time, Bristol City, we have played them on a previous occasion. We beat them 3-2 at Ashton Gate. If I remember, it was quite a ding-dong match, that as well. So that's what's coming up, finishing the episode in 8th place. And, well, we could be looking down the barrel of a playoff place if we can win the game in hand that we've got coming up as well. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of To Be a Legend and any new series that we release. There is potentially a new series coming along very, very shortly. That's if we finish the Chelsea series. Got a few people saying don't finish it at the moment, so I'm not too sure where we are with that. Don't miss it. It's on tomorrow, and if you've missed the rest of the series with Chelsea, then go back in the playlists and have a look. And it will obviously, by hitting that notification button, it will keep you up to date with everything that is released and when it is released. If you want to keep up to date with what's happening, the best way of doing it is to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideToo. I think it's below here somewhere. New episodes To Be a Legend currently released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you for the next episode. It is a long weekend, bank holiday weekend, the last one in the run that we've had just recently. Episode will be out on Monday. It's Bristol City and Morecambe. Join me for that one, and if you can't watch it on Monday, watch it on Tuesday or something like that. Anyway, have a good weekend. Bye-bye.